Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, man, I got to do a video on this, guys. I saw this back and forth between Gilbert and Kwame Brown. And I had to speak on this. I had to say something about this because to me, this is just laughable what Gilbert Arenas has been doing in what he says. This dude's a straight clown. And every time that he speaks, he exposes what I'm always telling you guys. Gilbert Arenas is not a grown man. He's not a grown up. He's a big goofball, man. He's a big clown. That's Gilbert Arenas. And Gilbert Arenas told Kwame Brown to stay off the drugs. That's right. So they had a back and forth, and I guess they have some personal beef. And I'm going to talk about it brief in this video because Gilbert Arenas, man, like I said, the way that he carries himself is like a 13-year-old kid, man, a straight goofball. And this dude has a grown kid. I believe Gilbert Arenas is married. This dude's a clown. The things that he was saying, you know, to Kwame Brown in his quote-unquote response to Kwame Brown. We're going to talk about this video, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, that's been supporting my channel. Once again, you guys know I am truly humbled, man. Much respect to everybody in the membership, everyone that comes through the lives. Like I said, the comments, the emails, all the messages. Thank you very much, guys. You guys share your stories with me. It means a lot. Thank you. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to touch briefly on this Kwame Brown versus Gilbert Arenas thing. I seen they had a back and forth. And I guess that they have a personal, beef, and I don't know the details between the beef between Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown, and the details are not important, you know what I'm saying, to know, what was said between them or what happened between them and, all that stuff. It's really not important. What I saw from Gilbert Arenas, and this was this morning that I saw this, I believe it was on Instagram, and like I said, this is, no chill Gil, like, he really, like, there's people in the comments of this clip that I saw that were like, that's why he's called No Chill Gil. And they celebrating this dude who's 43 years old, mind you. Gilbert is 43 years old, and they're celebrating this guy for being No Chill Gil, as if that's some kind of like, cool nickname to have, as if you're supposed to be proud for being No Chill Gil at 43 years old. And it's weird. I told you guys, it's cringe as hell, Gilbert Arenas. But anyway, in the clip that I saw, he's responding to Kwame Brown's comments. Now, if you haven't noticed or haven't seen, Kwame Brown has been going at Gilbert Arenas and clowning him for being arrested. Now, I made a video on the Gilbert Arenas situation. What did I tell you guys? I wasn't concerned about why he was arrested or the fact that he was arrested. That wasn't what I was talking about in the video. What I told you guys, the reason why I ended up doing a video was because of Gilbert Arenas' reaction, his response to getting arrested and then getting released. I told you he was dancing on the steps and making a joke about it. Like I said, it's really sad, and I'm embarrassed for him and his family at 43 years old for you to be acting that way. That's what I talked about in the video. That was my focus. Whatever his charges were, why he was arrested, the fact that he was arrested is irrelevant to me because he's a clown. I'm not surprised by that stuff that Gilbert Arenas is still getting into at the age that he is. But in his response to Kwame Brown, because they've been going back and forth, like I said, Kwame Brown's been mocking him, clowning him since the arrest. In this clip that I saw, Gilbert Arenas was making fun of Kwame Brown and just talking really weird. Some of the things that he was saying, mama's cooking, and he was trying to disguise it and, use all these weird words. But he's accusing Kwame Brown of using drugs. And he's accusing Kwame Brown of being a sniffer, right? A guy that's out there sniffing the powder. And he's saying that in the clip, and the thumbnail of this video is that screenshot that I took. And he had a screenshot and it was frozen. And he's, had his face in front of, how people could put their face in front of something. And he's talking, like I said, like a big goofball, and he's accusing Kwame Brown of sniffing stuff before he comes and makes videos about him, and he's saying that you can see the stuff in Kwame Brown's nose. And he's basically saying, yo, Kwame Brown, man, you need to go and look yourself in the mirror, and you should check yourself out. You got to stop messing with mama's cooking, and, this stuff is no good for you. You can't handle this kind of stuff. You got all this residue in your nose, and you're coming in here talking about me with stuff in your nose and blah, blah, blah. This is what Gilbert Arenas is saying. And he's making light of the situation. He's joking, about Kwame Brown, and he's basically clowning him and saying, dude, you're a druggie, and you need to stay off the drugs, man, and how you gonna make a video talking about me with stuff in your nose and blah, blah, blah. And then he starts talking about how if you look closely in the reflection of Kwame Brown's glasses, you can see, who's giving him these drugs. And he's saying that there's a white girl there and you can see her reflection in Kwame Brown's sunglasses. I mean, the entire clip is weird as hell. Like I said, these people are weird. Gilbert Arenas is a weird dude. Like I said, not only is he not grown, the man hasn't developed in his mind. Think about Gilbert Arenas at 23 years old. That's the same Gilbert Arenas you're getting at 43 years old, guys. There's no difference in the mentality of this dude. He hasn't matured. He hasn't grown. He hasn't evolved. None of this stuff, Gilbert Arenas. The only thing that's changed for Gilbert Arenas is he's come across money now. And he's figured out, oh, if I just troll people, if I just say nonsense, if I just act like myself, I can get money from this. I can get people to watch my stuff if I just act like Gilbert Arenas. So this dude is a goofball extraordinaire and is acting like himself, being himself out here on these podcasts. And all you clowns out here, these Gilbert Arenas fools, these supporters of the No Chill Gil, of the Gil's Arena, you people keep coming back and watching his content. And like I said, I go to the comment section of this clip, and all I see down there is a bunch of crying, laughing emojis. People talking about, yeah, Kwame got to clean his nose up, man. That looks like something, or he got boogers in his nose. It's a bunch of kids. This is what I'm saying. You look at the responses, the comments of a lot of these pages, of a lot of these channels, and that's going to give you an insight as to who they attract to their channels, guys. I tell you guys all the time that I thank you guys and I respect my fan base because you guys are true basketball fans. I can tell by the comments you leave. So yeah, absolutely. Every once in a while, we got some weirdos in the comment section. You got these weirdos that come through the live streams. Absolutely, no doubt. They're here to be educated. But once again, for the most part, I attract real basketball fans, right? Real, true basketball fans. People that understand and played sports growing up. People who understand what it means to be competitive, right? They understand things like sportsmanship. You guys understand what I'm talking about, the honor, class, integrity, earning respect. You guys get all of this stuff. People that watch Gilbert Arenas, people that are subscribed to these kinds of channels, they don't understand these concepts. They don't get it. They're too young. They're too stupid. And once again, they're not trying to understand or listen to anyone. They think Gilbert Arenas is funny. They think everything he says is funny. Oh, Gilbert Arenas is funny, man. Oh, Gil, that's why it's called No Chill Gil. Because Gilbert Arenas is pumping himself up in this clip. And part of the reason why I want to do this video is because I want to continue this beef with Gilbert Arenas that I have on here. Gilbert Arenas, my man, you got energy to go after everybody else out here. Used to come to mine and cry in my comment section and used to cry and moan to a lot of my subscribers in my comments. I haven't seen you in the comment section lately, Gilbert Arenas, and I've called you out several times, man. You are weak. You're soft. You're not a grown man. Your podcast is a joke. You're an absolute joke. Your entire life is a joke, man. It's one big punchline. And for you to come at Kwame Brown talking about drugs, this and that, whatever Kwame Brown is doing in his own personal time and the privacy of his own home, what does that matter to Gilbert Arenas? Once again, when Kwame Brown mocks Gilbert Arenas for being arrested, he was actually arrested. This wasn't Kwame Brown making a video and snitching on Gilbert Arenas or talking about something that Gilbert Arenas may have been doing or may have some laws he may have been breaking that he might get arrested for. Kwame Brown was clowning him, and rightfully so. You're a 43 years old grown man and you're being arrested for gambling? When once again, you have a successful podcast, you played in the NBA for a decent amount of years, you should have made enough money if you were smart enough, if you weren't a big goof, that you'd be all right now. You'd be okay doing this podcast. But no, these guys are always looking for more money. They're always looking for another avenue. They're always looking to do some shady stuff. These guys always have to have something. That's what I don't respect about it. But Kwame Brown didn't lie about you, didn't make up a story about you or a scenario. But here you are telling stories and talking about Kwame Brown, and you're saying that something that is in his nose, maybe it was some boogers. Maybe Kwame Brown has some booger crust in his nose, man. I don't know. But you're over here talking about the drugs that he was using, just saying the words out there. But was Kwame Brown arrested for these drugs? I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe he was. I don't know. Was Kwame Brown, maybe you guys can tell me, was Kwame Brown ever arrested for using drugs, for sniffing drugs or doing something like that? I don't remember him being arrested for this. Like I said, maybe he was. I'm not in the know, but I don't believe he was. So Gilbert Arenas is basically saying that Kwame Brown is using drugs and talking about Kwame Brown's personal life, but Kwame Brown ain't bothering nobody. He ain't being arrested for it. He ain't selling it. Is he arrested for selling drugs? Kwame Brown is. Is he a problem in society? Kwame Brown. But something like Gilbert Arenas was arrested for, and there's other rumors swirling around that whole gambling ring that there was a lot worse things going on, guys. So Gilbert Arenas should be more worried about himself instead of clowning Kwame Brown, because Kwame Brown made a couple of videos mocking and laughing at you, and you're so emotional. You see them, the emotions go for someone like Gilbert Arenas. I'm telling you, all these LeBron James weirdos, They're all emotional little girls, man. They're like teenage girls. The emotions. So Gilbert Arenas, he couldn't wait to get on his Twitter. He couldn't wait to get on Instagram. He couldn't wait to get on YouTube and get on his podcast and start talking nonsense and being a straight clown. All Gilbert Arenas does when he does these little clips, these videos like this, he thinks he's clowning Kwame Brown and making Kwame Brown look stupid. The only people that think you're funny when I look in the comment section are big kids or clowns. I go on these people's profiles. That's all I do. I read the comment. I'm like, I got to see what the dude looks like and what kind of content they put out. Most of the time, they got no content. And most of the time, these dudes are straight weirdos, man, and they soft little kids, man. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They think Gilbert Arenas is funny. He's not funny, Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is dangerous. Dangerous because he's so stupid. Dangerous because he doesn't learn. That's why he's a dangerous individual. Dude's a straight clown, man. Out here clowning, like I say, trying to mock Kwame Brown and talking about stay off the drugs. Gilbert Arenas, my man, you need to stay off whatever you're on because we all know that Gilbert Arenas and a lot of these guys out here, they're popping pills. They're hardcore pill poppers, man. They do all kinds of weird stuff. These guys are hardcore drinkers. Hardcore drinkers, guys. You guys remember, I haven't had a drink of alcohol since 2016, guys. Not a single drop. Once again, I'm not saying that to say that I'm better than these guys or I'm better than you or better than the next person. It was a decision, a choice that I made. And I haven't had a drink since 2016. You look at a lot of these guys, man, they're alcoholics. They're low-key alcoholics, guys. They have to drink every single day. Every day. It's weird. Like I said, these guys are doing all kinds of stuff, but Gilbert Arenas talks as if he's high and mighty, as if he's above Kwame Brown. You sound ridiculous, Gilbert Arenas. Like I said, I don't remember Kwame Brown being arrested or getting bailed out for drugs, but here you are, getting bailed out, getting in trouble with the law again. You're a straight soft clown. Why don't you come at me, Gilbert Arenas? Come at me. Bring me on your weak podcast. You won't do it, Neil. You're a straight clown, man. You're a straight coward. You don't know a damn thing about NBA's history. And you don't know a damn thing about Michael Jordan. You don't know a damn thing about the LeBron James-Michael Jordan debates. You flip-flopping coward. Straight weirdo, man. Straight punk, Gilbert Arenas, man. You a straight punk, soft dude, man. Yo, shout out to Kwame Brown. Yo, Kwame, we got to link up, man. Get me up on your channel, man. I'll do a guest appearance. If anybody knows Kwame Brown, tell them to holler at me, man. Get me on there. We could both talk about Gilbert Arenas, man. Straight clown. You guys know the deal. I'll catch you guys on the next one.